Today's lesson, type 2 diabetes and ideas of the curative process. Yes, it has been found we can cure this.
Science.
A new study has shown that a very low-calorie diet may hold the answer to diabetes. The test involves a calorie intake of between a third and a quarter less than the average recommended amount. This is only a small step on the way to finding a cure for type 2 diabetes, the most common form of the disease. But it may bring hope to millions of people, as it is a global epidemic which affects 10% of the world population.
This is the first trial that's gone into looking at a very low-calorie diet and what effect that can have on type 2 diabetes. And even though it's a very small trial, it's actually shown us that a very low-calorie diet can at least put type 2 diabetes into remission, if not reverse it.
When the body doesn't produce enough insulin, glucose builds up in the blood. But often people with type 2 diabetes have no symptoms at all in the first years. It's a disease that develops gradually. The study at Newcastle University shows that the lack of insulin secretion is due to fat accumulating in the liver and the pancreas. A diet of 600 calories a day during 8 weeks reduces fat levels in the pancreas and liver, helping insulin production return to normal.
Well, indeed. We have to answer some further questions about the science to find out the details of what's going on to help us understand it better. But also we need to find out how to translate this into the clinic. How can we make this a sort of treatment that a general practitioner could advise about with confidence, knowing what the result would be? So we've got a lot of work to do. This is the start of the story, not the end.
Diabetes is the leading cause of kidney failure and blindness in the world and is responsible for hundreds of limb amputations. The number of adults with type 2 diabetes, described as a lifestyle disease, has doubled in the past 30 years, due mainly to bad eating habits and lack of physical exercise. 3 million people die from it each year.
For treating diabetes, 10-ounce glass of fresh grapefruit juice, 50% good water, first thing in the morning, 30 minutes before any eating. 100 milligrams magnesium, 10 ounces of apple juice, lemon juice, juniper tea combined, 10 ounces of uva ursi tea, dandelion root, green tea, an hour after dinner. Tomato juice, green tea if blood sugar gets too high. These are some of the things that you can do to help you to deal with blood sugar problems. You see, blood sugar has a spiral where once we get into synthetic foods, dextrose sugars, high glycemic, it produces problem. Now, stress reduction during and 1 hour after meals, very important. Allow the digestive system to not overburden the pancreas. Stress reduction helps us to use our insulin better. Processed sugars, dextrose, put burden on the pancreas. Avoid the white deaths, white sugar, white flour, salt, and pork. Use the Skio 30 minutes a day and the insulin for shaping with that. Excellent. And you will help your patients to deal with these problems, and you'll be able to cure many of these different cases. Keep in mind that low intake diet and these little bits of advice using the Skio. And if you have other problems, get in contact with me, Desiree Dubonnet.